Hey guys, Matt Pendley here with Pendley's Plentiful Pets, Arizona Fish Rescue. We're here to show you how to clean a fish tank. It's pretty simple. We clean our filter pads, we swap one of the filter pads out, we clean the other filter pad with fish water. Then we do a inside cleaning, wipe down the inside, wipe down the outside. We'll do a gravel vacuuming, and then we'll fill it back up and make her look beautiful. So come tag along and watch us how we do this. Alrighty, so we're going to turn this off. We're going to take filter pads out. Let those kind of dry off for a little bit. Sit there and drain. We're going to take our toppers off. So what we like to do is we're going to take the toppers and use some glass cleaner and wipe all this out and try to make this look brand new on this topper and that topper. So I'm going to take this to my assistant real quick and she'll get that done. Try not to stick your power cords in water, or anything in water, but accidents do happen. Try to make sure you know where your power cord's at when you're done so it doesn't fall back behind. I've done it a few times. Here's air tubings. We're going to be setting up sponge filters for some air tubings to make this thing look crystal clear, not cloudy. I really like them. Be right back. Alrighty, we're going to get the filter pads and the Decora. So sometimes you guys will see like this black stuff on plants. Might be a little hard to see from here. Maybe zoom in on it. This black stuff on plants is like a black algae. Only good way to get rid of it is to stick it outside, let the sun bake it for the next month, bring it in, rinse it off, and it'll look like a brand new piece of Decora. You don't have to waste money on any more. Alrighty guys, so I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of water hardness up in that filter. It's okay to be in the filter. I don't like it, so I'm going to clean it the best that I can. Every time I'm here, I clean a little bit off of it every time. So I take a putty knife. You can take an old business card, plastic hard card. I think this one's from round one arcade card I never use. I like the putty knife, to be honest. This thing just scrapes it right off. A little bit of elbow grease and a little bit of water, wipe her down. Look at that. Not brand new, not perfect, but much better than what it was. So, if there's any water hardness on this top rim, try to get a little scrapey scrape, get any of this water hardness off. If you're good, let her be. Even if there's a little bit of water hardness, this stuff, guys, it does not come off easily. So, once you see it starting to build, take it out. Get rid of it. Alrighty, we're all done scraping. So next, I'm going to take a magic eraser, because magic eraser, almost hit my head, almost. Regular magic eraser, off-brand magic eraser, any magic eraser works. The top, all this, the inside, the outside, this stuff, man, makes it look brand new. I love the magic eraser. Start with the top and work our way down. Try not to lean on your fish tank. You don't want to break the glass. Alrighty, we're working our way to the sides. Now we're working towards the front. Start from the top, work your way down. Get any of that brown algae that sun creates on you, that green algae, if you leave your lights on for more than 8 hours, it's going to create an immense amount of algae, guys, and it won't ever stop growing. So make sure if you're doing lighting, don't do more than 8 hours of lighting. Prevents a lot of that algae growth. Helps make your tank a lot nicer. Prevents it from getting super algae and super dirty and green real quickly. The less light, the better. The more light, the more algae. So you want to grow algae for your fish to eat? By all means, man, go right ahead. But other than that, I wouldn't do more than 8 hours of lighting a day, including natural sunlight. Alrighty guys, so we wipe down the inside, we wipe down the filter, we got filter pads getting cleaned, decor getting cleaned. I think all we got left to do is vacuum the inside out, fill her back up, and wipe the outside down and put her back together. We're about halfway there, guys. Alrighty, so vacuuming. What is vacuuming on a fish tank? Oh, I'll be right back, I'm a little short. Alrighty, I'm back. Okay, we needed some more hose. So you can use a simple little drain hose in a 5-gallon bucket. You know, you can do that 5 times. You know, emptying the bucket, dumping it out. No thanks. So what I made this myself from a standard Python. Standard Python attached to, with a nice little coupling, a 100-foot, 3/4 inch drain hose that goes all the way outside to where it can water the plants, can water the animals, water the outside lake fish, I don't know, wherever you want to put the water. Just not in the house or in the fish tank. So pretty simple how these work. You just squeeze, 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 and just like that, we are sucking. So I'm going to start on one side. I like to start in the back and just zigzag, work my way forward, getting all these little poops. What does a vacuum do? It basically sucks up all of the fish poop from the bottom. Because imagine, so like the best way to describe your filtration process, imagine you're in a closet and you got a nice AC unit in your closet, but you got no toilet, no door to get out. You're stuck in your closet. Well, and they feed you nothing but beans. Nasty, refried beans, gonna make you fart and poop nonstop. Imagine that, but it's a fish tank. Same concept. So you eat all these beans, well now you're pooping and peeing on your floor, for example. How does that get cleaned up? Well, we don't use the old 90s underneath aeration filtration system, so we have to vacuum, and that's what this does. And that cleans up all the floor and stuff. So now imagine you sweep and mop your floor, you're still gonna have a little bit of remnants of that smell and stuff. So that first little phase is what we like to call ammonia. Same thing, smells like cat piss, looks yellow, makes your tank nasty. That's your first part of your little cycle on a tank. Then your ammonia jumps over to a nitrite, which like imagine that poop and pee, you cleaned it up and everything. Well now you're pooping and peeing again, and it smells like straight, just pure death. Well that's the poison, nitrites, is what's in the process of your fish tank when it's going from a good tank, from a bad tank to a good tank in the cycle when you just started your tank. So then it goes from nitrites, which is a bad poison, to eventually goes over to a nitrate. A nitrate is what keeps your tank level steady, prevents any kind of crazy spike. It also feeds plants. Plants love it, especially like aquarium plants. So if you have a nasty, dirty tank and you want some nice plants to help this tank look better and thrive, it's the way to do it. Alrighty. So it goes, so our fish tank cycle goes from ammonia, nitrites, to nitrates. Ammonia and nitrites is bad, nitrates is good. If you want to know more about it, go and get an API water test. They'll teach you the ins and outs on how to test your water and know what's good and what's not. You know, to see all this like poop and stuff we're picking up, it's a little hard to see because I don't have the light on right now. But you can see that big, black smoke looking thing popping up. That's all their poop and pee that's on the bottom there that they can't clean up. And that's what we're helping doing. When it comes to water changes, you don't ever want to do more than a 50% to 75% water change because that tends to wipe out all of those nitrates you created. Unless you have biomedia sitting in your filter, which you can take some simple gravel and put it in your filter and that creates your biomedia. Or if you want to go to the big wigs and spend all the money on the biomedia and the bags and all that fun stuff, go right ahead. It don't do nothing. Just does the same exact fact as if you just take rocks, gravel, and put it in your filter. That holds all of your bacteria levels and prevents your levels from spiking. By spiking, I mean you do a 100% water change and all of a sudden your fish are at the top freaking out. Well, that's because you just caused a massive amount of ammonia and nitrites now because you did too big of a water change and not having the bacteria levels kept inside of your filtration. If any of this doesn't make sense, do me a favor and just comment, you know, if I can answer any questions under the comments here to help you and your fish. Alrighty, looks like we got Decora back. The filters were cleaned out. We're almost to a 50% water change. And you don't always need to do up to, you can do a 25% water change. You don't always need to do a 50 to 75%. You can do a basic 25% water change as long as your water looks good. Only time I ever really do a 75 to 100% or more is if this tank is like green, nasty, brown, you can't see through the tank, any of that. That's the only time you want to do a massive water change like that. So, looks like we are all good draining the water out. We're going to go put this away. We'll come back with the fill hose. Alrighty, our decor was all cleaned off, rinsed off in the shower, took a magic eraser, cleaned all that up. Alright, put all the decor back in here, make this look, try to make it back to what it was like. If you want to, you can change the decor up. With cichlids, I'd recommend changing your decor every month. It's a cichlid thing, they're jerks.
Right.
So we got brand new filter pad rinsed off with fish water, old filter pad with fish water, and that helps clean it out. And this is a cat, I don't know his name, but pretty cool dude. Alrighty guys, I need to get the rest of the decor I put back in here and sponge filter set up. If you want, you can always, everyone's different, they like to see their decor buried in, so if you don't like seeing this little structure, it's just buried in, can't even tell. Ta-da, looks like it's growing in the rocks. Be right back, I'm gonna get that sponge filter. One airline here, and it looks like one of the airlines fell back, like always. Alrighty, so what am I doing, guys? I'm curious. Sponge filter. This thing is like the holy grail of all filters. This sponge filter takes your air, shoves it down into here, goes into your base here, and pushes back out through here. And when it does that, it forces all of the tiny little microscopic stuff throughout your entire fish tank, forces it to go to this sponge. You gotta make sure on here you have this little hole exposed so it can help absorb that water. Just take it, toss it in the tank, and then we turn it all back on. It'll create bubbles, it'll start going crazy, and with these things, they do about 60 gallons per hour. They help add microscopic filtration and regular filtration. I would recommend on any tank, 1 in every single tank, 2 from 40 gallons and above, 3 from 75 gallons or above, 4 for 125 gallons or above. These things work wonders. Alrighty, almost ready. Get a sandstone, be right back, guys. Alrighty, we got a little, it's called a sandstone, little bubbler. Just attach that on, unless, because sometimes this gets hard as a rock, which it's feeling like this stuff is hard as a rock. So you want to find your softest spot, cut it, and put it on. So you go get some scissors. Alright, so before we do that, let's make sure, yep, we got plenty of airline. This will reach, come back over here, and come down into here where it needs to. So we'll come here where that soft spot was, snip, get rid of this, just throw it away, don't need it, no longer any good. And we'll just put this into here, shove this on where it's supposed to, pretty simple. And I like to do bubblers on each corner, or if you have a filtration here and you don't want bubbles to go in the filter, bubbler in the middle, bubbler on the left, pretty simple. Alrighty, I think all we have left is put some water in it, put the lights back on, and get her up and running. Let's get some water put in her. Alrighty guys, I'm back. Let's get some water in here. So this is another, doesn't look like a garden hose. So what we did is we took another Python system and we attached it to a 1/2-inch hose that connects to any standard shower head. So we can control the temperature of the water going in here. We don't have to worry about the temperature spiking from the 115 degrees weather outside and getting the garden hose hot water out there. No, we get nice, cool, tempered water. Alrighty, hon, we're ready. It's slowly getting there. And now we fill. Alrighty, well this is filling up. I'm gonna clean some stuff up. I'm gonna go check on the topper and some other things. We'll be right back. Enjoy watching this fill up. Real quick guys, while it's filling up with water, one thing you always want to add is C-Chem Prime. It basically dechlorinates your water. Gets rid of any of the process I talked about, the ammonia, the nitrites, the nitrates. It resets all of your ammonia and nitrites level and leaves your nitrates alone where it needs to be. 1 capful for every 100 gallons. So you can prime the Holy Grail. I'm back. So when we get to about this point is kind of when I like to get our filtration back and running, get everything turned on, get her going, so we can make sure everything's going the way it's supposed to. So what I like to do, you hear this thing over here doing its little thing and not actually giving you any water. Just take this and we'll slowly dribble this in here. That'll fill it up and help start and get it to flow. You can already hear it. Sometimes this, I believe this one has a little control dial. You can mess with the control dial. There we go. It's up and running. And if you see our bubbler's over here running now too. And this bubbler's running too. We're good to go. We just got to get the top on it. Alrighty, crank this thing full speed. Make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. Get that filtering through. Alrighty, now we just got to put some toppers on. Here's one. Now we're just waiting on the other one to get finished up. It's already looking a lot better. We just have to wipe down the outside. Alrighty. Alrighty guys, so cleaning the glass, the best thing to use, I really like, is your ammonia-free glass cleaner. Doesn't matter, Windex, off-brand, doesn't matter. Glass cleaner does the job. I never spray directly on the tank. We always spray the rag so you're not getting any potential chemicals going to the fish tank. Only reason I'm spraying this way so you can see. Normally I'm away from the fish tank. So, pretty simple. Just wipe her down. No, wax on, wax off, young Daniel-san. You know, it's the same thing with the magic of cleaning the fish tank. Sorry, Mr. Miyagi, miss you. Alrighty. Make sure you wipe the front. Make sure we get the sides of this wiped down. If you can reach around to the back, you know what I mean? Go ahead and get a nice little fish tank cleaning. Wipe her down on the back, get her all shiny. I'm gonna get up here and get behind there. Alrighty, we're just about full, guys. How's she look? Do me a favor, leave me a like, comment, share, follow, any of that. Pendley's Plentiful Pets, the Arizona Fish Tank Rescue, Fish Tank Cleaning, anything associated with freshwater fish. We're here for you and your fishies. Hope you guys have yourself a wonderful week.